So I officially read my first Colleen Hoover book. I have some thoughts, and they're not good. So if you're a Colleen Hoover apologist and you're not here for a long rant that, yes, I've typed out some notes so that I don't forget each deliciously yucky part of this book that I read, then you may want to click off on this video. Welcome. I read Ugly Love. Now, maybe this was a bad choice to start with. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no desire to read anymore to find out. Although, as I say that, I think I may want to read Verity because I heard it might be a little different than her normal, like just romance. But okay, so Ugly Love. If you haven't read it, we have a dual timeline going on. Okay, so we have two main characters in the present, Miles and Tate. And then we have Miles's backstory in the past going on. Miles and his obsession, his almost stepsister, Rachel. Okay, so you're caught up basically. We have this relationship in the past, we have this relationship now. And let me start with the relationship now with Tate. Okay, so they first hook up because Tate's obviously attracted to Miles, and Miles says that he has not had an intimate relationship in 6 years, and Tate is obsessed with him already. And so whatever he says, she will just eat it out of his hand. He says that they could have intimate relation sex as long as they don't have any other sort of relationship. She doesn't fall for him and all that stuff. Okay, no boyfriend, girlfriend stuff, except for the sex. So my first reason why I cannot stand this book is because Tate is the ultimate anti-feminist character. What year, ladies, are we living in to where we are devouring a book that features a woman who will do anything that a man says, that she puts her own desires on the back burner? And if you don't believe me, let me read one of the quotes, okay? So Tate says this: I'm nervous because I'm not so sure that just sex with him is possible based on the way I'm drawn to him. I have a pretty good feeling sex will be the least of our problems, yet here I sit, pretending to be fine with just sex. Maybe if it starts out this way, it'll eventually end up being something more. Did you hear that? She says, I don't want to do this, but I am, and maybe it will be more later. Maybe he'll fall in love with me. Like, I cannot believe that I am reading that and that this is this heroine that we are like saying, oh, I want to be like her, that we are devouring what this person is going through right now. She is a doormat. She is void of any self-respect. In fact, there is one point in the novel where Miles tells her she's pretty. Tate, you are pretty. Yeah, I think those are the words. And she says that she wishes that those words could be put on a billboard and that she could drive past those words every day on her way to work so she could read them. What? Because some dude told you you're pretty, you want to idolize him? I mean, at least she's self-aware, right? At least she understands that she is putty in Miles's hands for no reason. It's not like he treats her well and he's complimenting her, he's treating her like a queen or anything like that. No, this is just a sexual relationship that she is idolizing him about. Okay, so here's something else she said. Catch this. It's good. And by good, I mean it's bad. I'm not Tate when I'm near Miles. I'm liquid, and liquid doesn't know how to be firm or stand up for itself. Liquid flows. Are you serious? Yeah. Okay, so that's my first big major problem with this, is that the main character, the heroine, is such a pushover, is idolizing and adoring a relationship for just this hope of something more, even though that's not what she wants. So she's not allowing herself to feel her own feelings. She's only serving this man. Okay, secondly, Miles is gross and shallow. Okay, I know a lot of people like his character, what I've read on Goodreads and stuff like that. If you hear stuff in the background, my husband's trying to pack Shein returns for me because I'm really bad about buying a whole bunch of Shein stuff. Is that how you say it? Shein? I've heard people say it differently. And half of them never fit. And so then I forget to return them. And anyway, he's a great guy. He's doing stuff for me. Okay, unlike Miles. Okay, so Miles is so gross and shallow. And we learn, okay, he's a pilot, but we also learn things about him like he never smiles. Okay. In fact, he smiles one time at Tate, and then Tate writes a poem about him. Listen to this poem. Oh, such beautiful writing, Colleen Hoover. Miles smiles for no one else. Miles only smiles for me. What? First of all, that writing, we'll get on to the writing in just a minute, but okay. Also, so Miles, when we're in the backstory, that dual timeline thing, we find out that he falls in love, in love at first sight with this girl named Rachel. And it's gross. It is obsessive because here Miss Colleen Hoover writes his internal dialogue that happens the second he sees this girl. Check this out. Remember, he has not met her. He's never said a word to her. He doesn't know anything about her. Yet Miles says this. She's in everything. Every single thing has just become Rachel. It's consuming me. My new favorite flavor is Rachel. My new favorite thing is Rachel. I want Rachel for my birthday. I want Rachel for Christmas. I want Rachel for graduation. Rachel, Rachel, Rachel. I'm going to fall in love with you, Rachel. You're going to fall in love with me, Rachel. She's going to have all my babies. Wait, what? Or why are we not creeped out by this? This is obsessive, creepy behavior. And then they meet again. By the way, did I mention that his dad and her mom are about to get married? But then they meet officially for the first time, like talk to each other for the first time, and then start, making out because obviously that's what people do. And I have a real big problem with this because this is supposed to be depicting a teenage relationship. And so we're modeling behavior for our teens. Some people classify this as YA literature, and I hope not. I hope like late teens, early 20s are not reading this and thinking, okay, this is what I have to strive for in life, because it is gross. So this whole book is basically about Miles taking advantage of these two girls, women, okay? And in fact, in this previous relationship with Rachel, they come up with 2 or 3 rules. I think they add a third one, but one of the rules is no sex, that they can make out but no sex. And guess what? He breaks that. He kind of pressures her, and then she gives in. Yet again, another just icky situation. He's gross, he's weird, he's yuck. Okay. Also, like, what is with the graphic sex scenes? So this is a romance. Is there more to life than in romance than sex? Okay. So I don't think we should call her books romance books. They are erotica. Like, literally, why are we sugarcoating this? I have a theory. I'm so glad you asked. If you'll notice her book cover versus like a traditional Harlequin romance cover, which one do you think we modern day self-sufficient, self-reliant feminist women would rather be seen reading, right? And I think we fooled ourselves into thinking that it is something that it's not just because it doesn't have Fabio on the cover. And that's gross. Her sex scenes are so extremely graphic, leaving nothing for the imagination. And honestly, some of them are ew. Ew, ew, ew. Okay, I'm not going to go into detail on that. All right, lastly, I'm so glad you stayed for this video. If you enjoy rants from an English teacher, make sure to subscribe. I really, really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow my channel, and honestly, I'm trying to make some money here. So if you will smash that subscribe button, if you are enjoying this, maybe some more Colleen Hoover rants will be on the way. Okay, so last point for the reason why I cannot stand this book is the writing is so extremely juvenile. Now, I get it. When we're looking in the old timeline, does this bother you guys? I talk with my hands and I cannot keep them still. Okay. But we're looking at Miles's high school timeline. He is a high schooler, but we learned that he's 18, I think. If an 18-year-old male is thinking in short sentences and cannot go beyond a 3rd grade vocabulary, maybe we got a problem here. I think that one of the reasons why her books are so popular is because they're really easy to read and the vocabulary is really low and it's not challenging reading, which I'm not here to say that you have to only read books with challenging reading. But when I read part of this, for example, did I read this one already? I can't remember. No, I don't think I did. Rachel is happy. I make Rachel happy. I make Rachel's life better. Her life is better with me in it. Okay, and then the next part is, we go to the beach. Rachel wants to sunbathe while she reads. I want to watch Rachel sunbathe while she reads. This legitimately sounds like it came out of my first grader's reader that she is learning to read with. This is written on such a juvenile level that it is embarrassing and painful to read, like literally painful. There's another part in the book where uh, Tate says that she wants Miles to say a word to see how it sounds. And so here's what she says. Say the word ox. Ox, he says, with slight hesitation. I smile. I love the word ox. It's my new favorite word. Okay, so the writing is juvenile. It just is. This story is nothing more than erotica sex scenes. Tate is a doormat and Miles is gross. Maybe her other books aren't like this. Convince me. If they're not, tell me. If I'm missing out on some great piece of literature by not reading the rest of her books, let me know. If you have a favorite Colleen Hoover book, drop it below. And should I read Verity? Is it going to be different than this? I hope so. I hope you've enjoyed this rant of mine, and I'll see you here next time for maybe something a little more positive and upbeat, but I don't know, maybe not.